Hey everyone! Welcome back! I am back today because guess what? It's Den-O Day! You guys, I am so excited, as I always am on a Den-O Day. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're joining me early today, it means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way though. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So we had a little bit of a scare last time on Den-O. I had a little bit of a scare. Maybe you guys weren't scared because you've seen it already. But I was scared. But looking back on it, I'm like, I know I've seen like future stuff with Den-O in it. And I know like they're all around. But we had a little bit of an upset thinking that maybe we lost our other three Imagin, Urataros, Kintaros, and Urataros. At first I thought it was because, Ryotaro had forgotten everything and then remembered Momotaros and like bonded with him again. But not the others. It was kind of that, but it was really clever the way that they did it because basically when all the different versions of Ryotaro were taken to the past, all the ones that were transformed as all the other Imagin like disappeared when all that ended, which I didn't even think of. And I think that's really cool that they would kind of bring that back into play. It is a show about time and they're always warning against like messing around with stuff with time. And I think maybe it did cross my mind once, like, what happened to all the other Urataros? But, if they vanished, then that would mean that whatever, they had back there on the deadliner was just the remnants of, like, Ryotaro's memory, I guess. But then he was able to bring them back with the power of his heart and his mind, which was wonderful. He has a new form now. There's a new Den-O form, which looks amazing. It's all different colors and, like, the different armor, like, pieced all over, and it can shift around the body. It's so cool. He's got a little phone. You can call him up. So I don't know if that's how he's going to have to do it now if he wants to use anyone besides Momotaros. Is he going to have to use the phone? My guess would be yes. But they're all back now in the deadliner. And Momotaros, like, the whole time was, like, playing it like he didn't care. And he's, like, calling them names and everything. And then we see him just, like, go and just start weeping with joy. And even Hana was crying, too. Hana's story has really been good, too. We really have only scratched the surface, I feel like. But, considering where she started with just hating Imagin and everything. But you know what? She might have been crying for them, but she wasn't too sympathetic to literally knock Momotaros out of the deadliner. Like, a owner can't be happy about that massive hole in the deadliner now. Like, that's not going to go over well. And Momotaros, like, blew out of the train and is stuck somewhere in the sands of time. I'm sure it all got resolved off screen. Or maybe we'll focus on that in this one. Who knows? They've been surprising me with bringing things back around. And they don't forget about things on this show. They like to bring them back around. I think that's cool. Nice little nod to the audience. Like, we know you were paying attention. And we're going to reward you for it. So, yeah, it definitely feels like we're starting off a new chapter. So I'm excited to get right to it, see what's going to happen next. So let's get started with the next episode of Den-O. Let's go. All right, you guys, it was so much fun. I just laughed and laughed and laughed through that whole episode, except for like the murder parts, because that was actually pretty grim. But oh my goodness, trying to watch everyone all get along was so fun. And it was I love how we had like last episode, we had just kind of like focusing on how awful it would be if they all lost each other. And this one, it's like they're all back together and they're all back to like just fighting nonstop. And it's like poor Naomi. She must at some point just feel like a mom just trying to wrangle in like all these fighting kids. Like, stop fighting. Actually, I think she just takes joy in it and just she fans the flames sometimes for her own entertainment, But wow, they are too much. So I liked it. I've always felt like Ryotaro needs to be there to be like the one who coordinates them, you know? Like we've seen him in the past kind of choose which one's going out next and everything, and there is like kind of a strategy to it that you really would need him for in order to like make that work, you know, in like a battle. I mean, not that they can't like all handle themselves, but like working together is not their thing. And I think it's pretty clear that Ryotaro is the reason why they're all brought together in the way that they are. So it was nice to see the new Den-O form again. That was fun. The possess Ryotaro for a day thing, I'm so glad that didn't happen. I feel like it's 24 hours. They could, like, wreck the city in, like, 24 minutes. Like, please do not do that. And he's like, don't do anything bad. Come on. Like, a lot of these guys have no concept of, like get Ryutaros out there, like, with his, like, weapons and everything, saying, like, this doesn't seem bad. Yeah, no. That was dodging a bullet right there. That did not happen. I wonder, so did anyone actually get to have tea with Irie? I don't know. Maybe they'll address it in the next episode. I guess the whole thing was a ruse. So yeah, so in between this fun episode that like focuses on teamwork and getting along, we just had a random like dude who's like, I kind of sort of accidentally murdered a guy. And I'm trying to do away with the body. It's like, I'm sorry, what? It's, you kind of like wandered into this children's show that was happy and like fun and slapsticky, and then you like murdered Santa. But then he didn't, so it was all good. But that's Kamen Rider for you. That's why I love it, because you never know. Like, you can have slapstick one minute and murder the next. You just never know what you're gonna get. It's really a mixed bag. So, I loved it. It was so much fun. God, I love this show. Oh, happy Den-O Day, everyone. Okay, so, couple things moving forward. They have been showing the other Yuto an awful lot. I feel like they're really propping us for something there. Our Yuto, is down to one card, one henshin, basically, left. So there's something going on there, and I feel like that's where we're moving towards next. You know, we're probably going to get more about, like, Yuto's story, the other Yuto's story, Hana's story, and I have a feeling, like, I don't know if, like, right away, but I feel like we're moving in the direction of exploring that more, now that we have, like, the new Den-O form established and everything, and we're kind of, like, officially commencing with a new chapter of the show, so very excited, you guys. I had a blast with it, in case you couldn't tell by, like, my gut-busting laughter. I had so much fun with it. I hope you had fun as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.